It's extremely damaging to a fair trial to have people read judgment about the case in the newspapers and on the radio before the facts are heard in a case, says American baseball author Bill James. And so it is even in life. Don't judge someone till you know the whole truth about them. And so, once upon a time, it was September 1998. Rowland Heights was a one traffic light town, and to Brad, a town that time forgot. He hated his life. All he could think of day in and out was getting out of this damn place and making a life for himself in the big city. His father, Geoff Rhodes, was a certified software engineer, but in Brad's eyes, just a loser. Geoff had a degree with which he could have gone places, but he did nothing of that sort. All he did was run the gas station that the family owned and went only as far as Dale Brooks for a family vacation with his mother and 3 sisters. He surely did not want to be running a gas station for the rest of his life. I want to leave this place and go to the city and make a life for myself, Brad said at dinner one evening. There was silence at the table. His sisters looked at the father for a response, and so did the mother. "What's wrong with the life here, Brad?" his father asked. "I want to be more than a mere gas station owner," Brad said insolently. His sisters gasped and his mother frowned, but his father? He said nothing. He only thought for a bit and then nodded. It was May 2015. Brad was wheeled out of the operation theater. He had survived the bypass surgery. The doctor assured the family that he was going to be fine. Geoff and his youngest daughter were the only ones who could travel to the city for Brad's surgery. His wife was plagued with rheumatoid arthritis and could not make the trip. And the other daughters, caught up in their own lives. Brad had made a great life for himself, owned his own software company, a huge villa by the beach, a fleet of cars, a success story. But his 2 marriages had fallen apart, and he never wanted children, so he did find himself very alone at times, especially times like these. Brad slowly opened his eyes, breaking out of the anesthesia, to find his father sitting on the couch reading a paper. "Hi, Dad," Brad whispered. His father looked at him and smiled. "Seems like the Rowland Heights bred heart gave the city a run for its money, huh?" Geoff smiled with affection. Brad smiled back. He looked at his father like he wanted to finish a conversation that he had never had the courage to start. "What is it, Brad? I'm getting old, and then you'll have to go to psychics to talk to me." Geoff guessed Brad's need to say the unsaid and tried to make it easier for him. "I'm sorry for what I said to you over dinner all those years back." Brad found his voice choke with a sob. "Ah, son," Geoff said, folding the newspaper away. "There are 2 kinds of people, and none better than the other. I married your mother when we realized she was pregnant with you. That stopped me from going to the city. Then my father, your grandfather, had a stroke, and again I could not leave. I had to take care of the gas station. There were some family mortgages. I waited for them to be paid, and before I knew, I was a father of 4. I could never make it to the city. But I'm glad you made it. I never thought you were doing wrong. You were doing what you wanted." "What are the 2 kinds of people, Dad?" Brad sounded like a child again. "One who hold ambition over responsibility, and the other who hold responsibility over ambition. Know which one you are and be that one unapologetically. But remember, if you try to be both, you will always grudge responsibility. That's just the rule of the game. Fred looked away and out of the window. All these years he had thought his father was a loser. He had no idea that there could be people who could choose responsibility over ambition.